Yo YouTube, what is poppin'? It is your boy KINNAZ here, guys, and in today's video, this is going to be a really just educational video. Just helping you guys to get your game to run better, whether that be Bullet Force or whether that be a different mobile game. Obviously, this is probably going to be more aimed towards the more complicated mobile games. As you can see, the gameplay, just in case you're not familiar, my channel is a Bullet Force channel. Bullet Force is a mobile FPS game, probably the best mobile FPS game. It's a Call of Duty style shooter with over 50 guns and just a heap of like stuff happening. Really good game. But just in case you play a different game, this video is going to be helping basically every single type of game on mobile. Yeah, so let's just get straight into it, guys. Basically, what I'm going to be telling you guys about in this video is how to get your game to run smoother from, like, FPS drops, server lag, all of that stuff. There's a heap of different stuff that can be affecting your gameplay, and if you're a competitive player like myself, you want to be having as many advantages as possible, basically. And obviously having server lag and FPS drops, all of that sort of stuff is just the opposite of what you want. Now, there's a certain amount of stuff that you can be doing on mobile compared to like PC and console, but there is definitely things that you can do. The first main thing that I want to talk about is device storage. So you can't complain about your game not being able to like run properly when your device is just like got basically no storage left. I remember when I first started playing video games on my iPad. My iPad was full of so much stuff on it. I've only got a 32GB iPad. Currently I'm making my video on an iPad 2017. It's pretty good, but when you've got a really low amount of storage, any device is just gonna really struggle to keep up. So what I would recommend is any old games you no longer use, or anything that's like old messages, or even your emails, guys. I ended up having to log out of my email that's on my iPad just so that I don't get emails anymore, and so that, you know, I can actually like play I can have the least amount of lag there is. So basically, guys, a way that you can reduce your lag in game is to get rid of the storage, and having less games in your iPad. If you are, you know, trying to really play well on one game, or you're mainly focusing on a certain game, let's say you really enjoy PUBG Mobile or something, you want to get rid of almost everything else you don't use. Obviously, there's going to be stuff like photos and things. That's another tip, guys. Get rid of all your extra photos that you don't need. But yeah, so there's obviously going to be stuff that you do need to have on your device, and I'm not saying go and restart your whole iPad like I did. But you want to definitely get rid of a lot of stuff that you don't need. Getting rid of stuff is the #1 tip for just improving your game in so many different ways. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. Let's get into the next tip. And guys, this tip is going to be about your internet connection. So I've already got a video off my channel. In fact, it was the first video that I ever made talking about how to improve your ping in mobile FPS games, or no, mobile games in general. But basically, guys, you're going to want a couple of things to happen to just make sure that your internet connection is as good as possible. This will basically help you out with all different types of lag. Pretty much everything that happens in almost every game with lag has got something to do with connection. So improving your internet connection is as simple as sometimes getting a new router. If you've got an old modem, getting a new modem. Router, modem, same thing. In Australia, which is where I live, it's called a modem, but in other countries they call it a router. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get a new one if yours is old. But if it isn't old, you might be in a place which has got a bad connection. I'm not telling you to move houses, but there is other things you can do. If your modem is behind something, like my modem used to be behind a TV in my house, moving that to in front of the TV is a really big tip, guys. It can honestly reduce your ping by up to like 4 or 5, which for some people isn't a lot, but when your ping is already down to like 30, getting it down to a 25 is so much. You can actually feel the difference. My ping's always been good, guys. Ever since I started playing on my iPad, my ping has always been around 35. But moving my modem from behind my TV to in front of my TV has helped it so much, and that is a big tip, guys. The next thing is, if you can do a wide connection, so say you're not playing on an iOS device, If you're playing on a console or a PC or some Android devices even, then you can actually do a wired connection, guys. A wired connection is known as Ethernet, so you can plug a cord from your router or your modem, whichever one you want to call it, from your modem or your router into your device. I think some Android devices have got like some sort of cord which connects into the Android, and then it's like a one between. So like the Ethernet obviously cannot plug straight into the Android, but there's like a cord between them, like a switcher that makes it be able to connect. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I've just heard about them, but I know it's definitely possible on console and PC. But yeah, guys, so a wired connection is a super good way of just reducing almost all ping. You can with a wired connection, you can reduce your ping by up to half. Just because your device no longer has to travel from, the internet no longer has to travel from the modem to your device because it's got the cord. It goes straight through the cord. Usually what happens, guys, with Wi-Fi is it's a frequency, so it's going to bounce off walls until it gets to your device. And especially, like me, if I play in a different room to what my modem is in. My modem is in my lounge room, but I play from my bedroom, so there's a door between them, there's multiple walls, and even a corner. So pretty much what happens is there's a frequency where the Wi-Fi bounces off walls to get to you, which does take a bit of time. Even though the amount of time is so minute, you would not even be able to like feel it. It is time. So if your ping is higher, that means it takes more time for your device, from the Wi-Fi to get from your modem to a device and then to like the other people, like to the game. So you can go into Google and just search up ping test, and it'll come up with you just do the ping test, which is super fast. You don't really have to do anything at all, and boom, it shows you what your ping would be. But this is like a way to just improve that like by so much. Having a wired connection is so important, and the way you play in your house is also important. So trying to play in the same room which has got your router / modem in it. So that's going to be all of the Wi-Fi connection tips. Now guys, if you're on an iOS device, do exactly pretty much what I do, and if you're not, then you want to be doing something a bit different. But you can head straight into settings on your iOS device. You can scroll down to general. Inside of general, there is so many different things you can be doing to pretty much get rid of all lag. Like not all lag, but like a lot of lag. If you head into multitasking and dock, you can just turn off everything. So having games being refreshed in the background is one thing. Obviously, when you double tap, you can swipe up all your games on an iOS device. That also can happen on an Android. Obviously, it's not a double tap, it's something else. But you can get rid of all games running in the background. But if you turn off all of this stuff, then it removes everything running in the background. So Safari's always running in the background. Everything's always running in the background. Turn that all off. Next thing, guys, turn off Siri if you're on an iOS device, or turn off Google Assistant or whatever you guys have on your... Whatever you guys have, just turn it all off. AirDrop for iOS, turn that off. iPad storage, so if you guys go into your iPad storage, it'll show you what you've got. You can turn off a lot of stuff in there. Also, date and time, turn off anything that's like... Basically, guys, go through all of your settings and turn off everything that you think is doing anything to make your device at all slower. If I go into accessibility and then I scroll down to increase contrast, that will be on for you guys. Turn it off. Turn it off. Also, reduce transparency. Turn that on. It'll be default off. Turn it on. Now, for me, when I do a double tap like this, you can't see anything in the background. It means the transparency is off. So now, instead of there being a transparent stuff, it's all off. If I head to the home menu, look, my bars are not transparent. When I press into this, it's not transparent. It's just grey. That actually helps a lot running in the background, guys, and it's super important. Okay, guys, so now that you've reduced all of the CPU-based lag that you can get from settings, and you've turned off everything that's not necessary inside of your device, I know Android has got some other stuff, which I'm not going to go into detail with, because I'd be lying if I told you guys that I really understood everything that happened on Android. So there's plenty of other guides for extra things you can be doing on Android, but I just want to say, guys, the apps that are on the App Store and on the Google Play Store that say they reduce your, like, they help your device run faster, they're all fakes. Like, some of them, it'll make you feel like it's running faster because it'll say, oh, you've cleared this much like extra space or whatever, but really it's not. It's just kind of tricking your device into thinking that it's running faster when it's actually not. Trust me, guys, you're better off not installing any of those apps and just doing those simple things which I've told you to do, changing the settings around of your device until you find what works best for you. I'm pretty sure turning off everything that's not necessary for your game is the best way to go. And yeah, guys, so that's going to be it for the internet. We've already talked about internet, then we've moved on and we've talked about the CPU lag, and now we're going to talk about the dreaded in-game lag. So the in-game lag is the lag that it's hard to kind of really do anything about, to be honest, guys. There's minimal things that you can really do about this, but there are a couple of things. So in-game lag is FPS lag and server lag. So server lag is when you're going to be lagging in a server. So that's when you've got the problem, and it usually happens when you're playing in a region which isn't your own region. So guys, there is pretty much in all games, in all online multiplayer games, and on mobile that mainly means FPS shooter games, you can basically choose what region you want to play in. I know in Bullet Force it's very easy to change regions that you want to play in, but in most games regions are able to be changed around for, like, you know, different competitions. You need to play in a different region, but you're always going to get the least amount of server lag when you play in your home region. Server lag is ping. Ping is internet. Yes, you can improve your internet, but you're always going to get server lag. There's always going to be a little bit of latency. So I told you guys earlier, the Google ping test is really helpful to show you guys what your base ping is, but you're never going to be able to get your base ping in the actual game unless everyone is using the same internet as you. So say you're at home and you and your friend are on the same internet, then you guys could both have the same ping. You guys could both have identical ping. If you're playing also a private match, then you could have almost the same ping as what it would say on the Google ping test. But if you're playing with other people, it takes time for the internet to move around to them as well. Pretty complicated stuff, but it's obviously going to up your ping quite a lot. So if you're playing from Australia against people in Europe, your ping is going to be up really high. So my ping usually is around 20, which is really good for our iPad. But then when I'm playing on European servers, it can get up to like 500, which is just unbearable. So pretty much, if you want to reduce as much server ping as possible, play on server lag. So play on your home server. It's simple as that. There's nothing else you can do. The game itself will have like things that they implement over time to improve server lag. In Bullet Force, the game that I mainly play, there is minimal server lag, but in other games there is actually quite a lot of server lag, especially on mobile. Another one, Critical Ops, minimal server lag, but in all games there is a little bit. Some games is a lot. So you'll notice it. You'll notice the difference moving from a game with a lot of server lag to a game with not much server lag. But the next one is going to be FPS lag. This is the frustrating one to me, at least, because this is the one that you can do absolutely nothing about. This is all in the game. Now, you can fiddle around in game with your like your settings and stuff. I know in Bullet Force there is like texture quality settings, there is like graphics quality, but that's gonna do zilch. You're not going to get any better FPS at all unless you're on a low-end device. If you're on a low-end device, definitely turn down those. But if you're on a device that is built since 2017, I'm going to say if your device was built in the last 2 years or less, then it's definitely going to be able to handle any mobile game at pretty much full settings. And it's not going to have any FPS lag from that. The FPS lag is from the game itself. You can't really change it. If someone comes around a corner and it kind of lags them across, so they're a couple of maybe a meter away from the corner, you can't do anything about it. There's literally nothing you can do about it. No, the game is not broken. It's a mobile game. You're playing with 14 other people, and the servers just aren't as good as something like CS:GO. It's just always going to happen in a mobile game which doesn't have the best servers compared to other games, but you can't really complain about it. But yeah, guys, so that's going to be all the different types of lag there are in every single game on mobile. So we've spoken at the start, we spoke about storage, we spoke about internet, and then we spoke about your settings. Then we spoke about the two different types of lag, FPS lag and server lag. So with those 5 things all taken into account, you should be able to improve your gameplay and the way your device handles any game considerably. So if you have enjoyed the video, guys, be sure to leave a like, comment as well, subscribe if you're new. I post Bullet Force videos daily. And yeah, guys, now it's going to be KINNAZ Mobile signing out.